haven't seen you since knowing that Kevin had a surgery, and just have you had a chance to talk to him, and we've also seen a towel that kind of honors Oakland and honors Kevin as well, and just how are you feeling about all that today?
Yeah, I mean, it's still raw, obviously. This is, only been whatever it is, 48 hours, 72 hours. So I've texted, I've talked to some of the guys who have spoken with him. Everybody's been, reaching out to him, and, fortunately everything went well. And so tonight we're thinking of him, and I know our fans are all thinking about him, and, we got a game to play and got work to do. But everybody in our organization is thinking about Kevin as we go to work, and, we're trying to achieve something special. We wish he were here with us.
Any other questions for Coach? Mark, right here in the front. Microphone's coming.
Steve, Mark, Medina Barry, and his group. How is Kevon doing?
Kevon just warmed up on the court with Chris DeMarco, and he's doing decently. So I think he'll give it a go, and we'll see how he holds up.
In the middle, 3.
Steve, Dan Weinke with the Los Angeles Times. This is obviously going to be such an emotionally charged game for any number of reasons. With your team, do you like them to lean into that emotion, or do they need to be kind of reeled back because they're already kind of emotional guys?
Well, this is unique. This is a sort of a once-in-a-career moment where you play in a building for the very last time, and you absolutely don't know positively, without a doubt, that it's the last game you'll ever play here. We had a ceremony at the end of the year in the regular season, but we knew we were coming back here to play, and then we had that weird game 4, a few days ago where we lost, and it sure felt anticlimactic. Like, this can't be, the last game at Oracle. So now it's here, and it's definite, and it's in the midst of this series that we're trying to win. So there's a lot going on. I think the main thing is to just lock in on the game, focus on what we have to get done, and when the game's over, win or lose, I think there'll be a chance for us to acknowledge our fans and the people in this building. The people who have worked here in this building for many years, who we've gotten to know. Win or lose, we'll be able to share some emotion and say our goodbyes, and hopefully with one more game to play in Toronto. But it is a strange, unique night.
Any other questions for Coach? We're on the right side. Last one, Davide.
Coach, Davide Chinellato, Gazzetta Italy. How do you plan to use all this emotional charge that there is around this game, not transforming it into too much pressure, but into something positive you need to use on the field to win the game?
Well, I think the benefit of our team having the experience that we do over the last 5 years, they seem to respond no matter what the circumstances are. So I'm very confident that they'll play, and they'll settle into the game, and they'll compete and find a way to get into a rhythm. So there's not a whole lot to say. Everybody knows what's at stake and what's happening. So it's not like I have to give a big speech or anything, but it's just, let's get our work in, let's do our jobs, and see what happens.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Coach Nurse will be in shortly.
And looks pretty good there. Rattles home a 3. Leonard, in addition to all the scoring, been averaging 10 rebounds a game in these finals. Marc Gasol for 3. Klay Thompson finding Iguodala. Durant tries another 3. 2 for 2 is Kevin Durant. 5 of their first 6 shots from the field. Kawhi Leonard gets inside. Danny Green, 2-pointer. One of the keys for Toronto has been their balance. Yes, Leonard's been dominant, but he's had some good help as Klay Thompson throws in another. They're 4 for 4 from downtown.
Looks like a totally different offense when you add Kevin Durant.
I wonder if they're better with him. Oh.
Siakam to the basket. Withstood those runs. Lowry nearly took it away. Thompson, meanwhile, left open. Hits another three. That's 5 consecutive threes to start the game. Lowry, good physical defense. Nice double team by Gasol and another turnover. Lowry inside. Leonard got hit. Counted out, a foul.
An extremely high IQ.
Kyle Lowry gets in the paint. Hesitation now. Feeds it into Gasol. What a heads-up play from Lowry. Court Leonard. Shot clock down to 3. Leonard gets inside. Siakam just gets it off in time. And it counts. Draymond Green left wide open and makes him pay. A three-pointer. The 6th of the opening period for Golden State. So just 1 of 5 from three-point range. Golden State 6 of 9. Durant for 3. Kevin Durant, his 3rd three-pointer already. Gets into the paint, kicks it out. Draymond Green, his corner 3. Steph Curry tips it, and now they can hold it for the final shot. Curry has other ideas and throws it up and in. Sean Livingston gets the feet inside. Cousins banks home another. DeMarcus Cousins gets off the bench, couple of buckets. Nice feed, Draymond Green. High off the glass. Boy, Cousins doing a little bit of everything. Again, great help defense. Draymond Green the rebound. Cousins stolen by Lowry. Lowry ahead of the pack, lays it up and in. At guard, Draymond Green gets past him, deflected by Leonard. Green gets it back. Curry for 3. Puts it in. And the foul. Leonard on the drive. On the pull-up. His 3rd field goal. Iguodala steps in with 3. In and out. Cousins the rebound. Back up. Shot's good.
Gold medal in the under-16 World Championships.
Leonard. Stutter step. A soft touch around the rim again.
Adrian Griffin, a great guy, and has done an outstanding job for Nick Nurse and this Raptors team.
Bad pass. Lowry. Back to Siakam. Up and in. And it's a 3-point game. Klay Thompson. There's Gasol's double team. Thompson turns, shoots, and scores. Klay Thompson with his 4th three-pointer. Siakam goes right at Iguodala. Layup, count it, and the foul. Lowry right up into him. Van Vliet trying to guard Curry. Steps back, puts it up, puts it in. Another 3 for Curry.
They have to get that call.
Curry kicks it out. Andre Iguodala knocks down the 3. 14 three-pointers after being scoreless in the first half. Leonard trying to wrap it around Iguodala. Thompson goes at Van Vliet, stops, and gets it to go. And a quick timeout now by Nick Nurse. Gasol fakes, drives. 1 on the shot clock. Van Vliet, 1 dribble. Gets the 3. Fred Van Vliet as the shot clock expires. Lowry on the drive, gets inside, stops, and banks it home. Kyle Lowry. Steph Curry for 2. That won't go. Rebound right back out. Thompson, a good look. Nails the 3. 5 three-pointers for Klay Thompson. Lowry wants to take Cousins, drives inside. Layup, he banks it home. Gets knocked down again, but still finishes. And Curry. Lob it over the top to Cousins. Beautiful feed from Draymond Green for his 7th assist. Siakam goes right at Draymond Green. Shot won't go. Ibaka there for the follow. Siakam gets it back. Ibaka knocks down another. Serge Ibaka with some big plays once again. Good ball denial from Danny Green. Cook fires away and nails the 3. The three-point shooting just tremendous. Lowry stops. Cousins can't stop as well, and Lowry knocks down the shot.
Another switch.
Lowry for 3. Puts it in! Curry off the dribble. Powell with him. Curry with the left hand. Lowry drives past Thompson. Inside, Ibaka with the slam. Timeout, Warriors. Green right up into Curry. Ibaka there to help up. Curry gets past him. Layup, shot block.
Good job by Kawhi Leonard coming over and blocking that layup attempt.
Green for three. Won't go. Leonard the rebound. Back up and in. 1-point game. Curry on the drive. Iguodala passes up an open look. Green does not and nails it. Draymond Green with a clutch three. On Leonard. Leonard for three. Bang! Raptors lead in these finals. Leonard drives, pulls up, banks it home throughout the season and especially in the playoffs. Draymond Green, left-handed, flips it up and in. Green has answered with some big buckets here in the fourth. Up into him. 5 to shoot. Leonard's going to try another one. Puts it in! Kawhi Leonard! Back-to-back threes!
Of someone like Quinn Cook.
Leonard to the rim. Pull-up jumper. Got it! Kawhi Leonard taking over here in Game 5. Van Fleet finds Thompson. Thompson finds an opening. Three-pointer's up. It's good. Klay Thompson from downtown. Curry gets a look. Fires away.
Take questions for Coach. First question in the back row, all the way back in the corner.
Martinez Johnson, the undefeated. What has it been like, at least in your capacity as a head coach the past year, working with Masai Ujiri, specifically how he's kind of pulled off these acquisitions from Kawhi to Marc Gasol?
Yeah, I mean, it's great working for him. He's set the goals very high for our organization, similar to, what the goals that our staff and our players set. So that's good to be in alignment with where we're thinking, where we want to go. And you're right, he's put together a heck of a roster and some great players, and the blend is, really good. So I've enjoyed working with him this year.
Tim, towards the center.
Nick, when you try to get ready from one game to the next, particularly this deep in a series, I think you guys have only been outscored in 4 quarters in 5 games. Do you have to sort of resist the urge to change things just for the sake of change when you look at the 5 games and say that you've pretty much controlled much of this thing?
Yeah, great question. I mean, it is something you back and forth a little bit because you think, here's another coverage we could use or another matchup or we could flip in and out of this coverages or whatever defense we decide to play. Or you just say, gosh, if we just would run down a few more 50-50 balls or shoot a little bit better from 3 or take care of the ball, some tangible intangibles, do those just a little bit better, then you're probably good. And then you look at it and you say, geez, you only scored 106 points and you lost the game. 106 against these guys is pretty good. You should think, you got to score 107 or more, right? So it's a really good question, and you battle it back and forth of do you just kind of stick with what you've been doing and try to do it a little bit better, or do you try to break out a couple new things this late in the series?
John, fourth row on the right.
I'm still debating on that.
Coach, John Schumann, NBA.com.
Hey, John.
In the Milwaukee series, you seem to put an extra emphasis on your offense, and I think believing that if execution on that end would help on the defensive end of the floor. Through this series, have you found one end of the floor to be more important than the other?
Yeah, it seems like we haven't talked about it as much. You're right. In the Milwaukee series, I remember saying that about every other meeting like this that we had. And it is still critical because, again, the transition against these guys is so hard, right? You're really racing back. If you turn it over, you're in trouble. They're coming fast and usually dotting you with a 3-ball. If you don't score in stretches, they're playing with it off the rim on long rebounds or whatever. And again, they're coming hard, and everybody's seen, when Green gets one, he's going to push it, and it's going to be super fast paced, and they got some guys that can shoot it, on the kick out. So it really is critical for us to A, take care of it, and B, score it fairly consistently so we can make them take it out of the net some.
So is that end of the floor maybe what you get stressed a little bit more about during the course of a game?
Yeah, I mean, and again, I think there's, we've taken care of it pretty well. You always want to cut down on the turnovers no matter what number you end up with, but pretty good, right? We've generated a lot of shots at the rim. We've got to the free throw line. We've got what I consider, for the most part, pretty good looks from behind the three-point line. We've got to shoot them a little bit better than we did in the last game for sure.
Steve, fourth row over here.
Nick, Steve Simmons, Toronto Sun. Pascal struggled in the last 4 games, and he didn't play in the final 9 minutes in the previous game. What are you seeing from him, and how worried are you that maybe this moment is too big for him?
Yeah, I'm not worried about that at all, right? I think he's proven all playoffs long and even all season long that he's a primetime player. The other night, I just, if I want me to be totally candid, I wasn't happy with his defensive effort. I thought he just could have done more. He could have been more active. He could have got down in his stance earlier and more often and just been more of a problem at that end. And that's why he wasn't in there at the end.
Eric on the right side.
Eric Corrine, The Athletic. Dating back to the game in San Antonio all the way back in January, you guys have played in some pretty emotional gyms, and that obviously wasn't the best night. How do you guys think you've improved in those scenarios since then? And given the context of tonight, is it something you talk about beforehand?
Thanks for bringing that night up, Eric. Appreciate that. Got our doors blown off down there. I haven't thought about that night much, Eric, but I do, the playoff games, we have had some up and down moments, as everybody has. This team we're playing tonight has had some really, really up and down moments in the playoffs. That's the nature of this. I think if I'm close to correct, our last regular season game was 2 months ago. So 2 months of basketball is going to be some ups and downs in it. After that San Antonio loss, we got on a plane and went to Milwaukee and beat them. And we bounced right back, and that's what we normally do. That's what we've normally done in the playoffs, and this is a strong-minded. And I'm looking forward to watching them play tonight.
On your right again.
Hi, Richard Warnica from the National Post. You mentioned before the last game that coming out of Game 2, you told the team, we only got to take one in Oracle. Can you just elaborate on what message you were trying to get across to them when you said that?
Yeah, I mean, I just, you come in there after a loss, and the importance everybody places on home court, and you really had a chance to grab a hold of the series, and all of a sudden you're even. They've considered it a huge triumph to come and get one of the two. They're 1-1 and got the momentum of the series. And just so it doesn't seem as disastrous as it may appear on the outside, you just try to calm down and say, hey, we just got to get one. We got to get one. That's all we got to do. We know we can do that. And that's it. I'm not trying to, I don't say a whole lot after games. And some of it we just say it to wrap it up and then get on with it, and we start looking at the film and really digging in the next day.
Joe, over on the right again, middle.
Joe Varden, The Athletic. For the last however many years, there's been a pursuit in the NBA for the super team. And by and large, those teams get here. You guys are not set up that way. You have one star, but then you've got really good players, deep role players. What does it mean to you to have gotten this far without the super team? And do you think, from a broader perspective, that this is kind of proof that across the league you don't have to chase those 2-3 stars to get to this stage?
Well, it's not really my area or putting together the team or my thought process. My job is to take the team Masai and Bobby put together, right, and try to get those guys to max out what they can do. You know, get them to play together, get them to play tough defense, get them to share the ball, and get them to handle adversity with some calmness and handle triumph with some calmness. And then you got to look at who you're playing, and you got to try to figure it out. I was telling somebody today, I said, you know, you look at these things and you say, Jesus, I don't know how we're going to beat these guys, and then you say, God, there's got to be a way we can figure it out. I mean, you know, in 2 sentences, you go from one end to the other, and you just that's what the job is. You got to respect how good the team is you're playing, because they are, how well coached they are, how tough it is to win these games, and then you got to prepare your guys the best you can, and then let them go at it.
Any other questions for Coach? All right, thank you.
All right, enjoy the game.